Hi, I'm James from Low Street Studios in Bewdley, and today my friend James and I are going to be testing out the new Aston microphone's Origin, which you can see in front of you. It's not particularly expensive, it's only about 200 quid. It's a cardioid condenser microphone. It's running off the phantom power from the desk in the office in the control room, and it was provided on demo courtesy of Giraffe Audio in Birmingham. I'll link to them in the description below. What we're going to do today is record one song using nothing but the Aston. Obviously we're going to use instruments, but we're going to record them with nothing but the Aston, and it's going to be one of James's songs. So take a listen and see what you think of the quality. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to set up is our bass guitar, and we're going to go through the studio's new TC Electronic BG250. We got this the other day and it sounds awesome, so we wanted to kill two birds with one stone, record the amplifier and use the new microphone to see what it sounds like. Might seem a bit mental using this condenser microphone to record the bass with no DI, but the whole point is to give you an understanding of what the microphone's capable of. We're 4 inches away from the grill. Nice sort of low to medium gain on the microphone. The amplifier's fairly it's at recording levels, which is quite nice. But what we're doing, and I'm going to do it with both amplifiers for the guitar and the bass amp, is I'm going to isolate them as much as I can. If you come down here, I'm going to show you one of these little tricks. This is an ACOUSTIC's cab stand developed specifically for cabs and amplifiers, and it's great. Go and check it out. I'll link all the gear in the description below, but if you check this out, these are really impressive. They properly isolate what's going on. Again, another Giraffe Audio special. They stock them, I think, so and if they don't, they can get them very quickly. So here we go. Let's try it out. That's our bass setup for today. We're using this Maverick F4, which is a pretty old school rare bass. Nothing really very special, but it's a pretty rocky bass, and we'll just see what it sounds like. So our guitar setup is going to be very similar to our bass setup. It's the 4-inch gap between the microphone and the grill. We're also pointing the microphone pickup at the middle of the cone, so we're getting a nice bright sound from the guitar as well. We've actually decided to amp up this acoustic guitar because it sounds great, and I know it's not an acoustic amplifier, so it might seem a bit mental, but what we're trying to do is minimize the amount of stuff that we do in the box in terms of effects and compression, and just mix, basically, so you can have a better understanding of how the microphone is behaving, and we've just got a great sound out of it. So that's what we're going to do for guitar. Yeah, so we've done acoustic guitar, and electric guitar is the same mic and grill setup on the amp. I've done a bit of gain compensation because we're running something a little louder, but the position is still the same. what we're doing for the guitar is we are going into a bit of effects, so it's worth showing you what we're using. Again, trying to keep everything out of the box, trying to use some analog gear. Firstly, we're going to run the chorus and intro guitars through this tube drive here. It's actually quite a nice little machine. It's solid state, obviously, because it's tiny, but it does give a really, really nice tube crunch sound. We're not going crazy on it. We're just getting a little bit of crunch to define the electric guitar. And then for the electric guitar lead parts, we're going to use this. I've had this for about 12 years, I think, but it just still does everything I need it to do. We're running through the tube drive. We're keeping the distortion, but we're going through the mod and the. We didn't even try it properly. We're going through the mod and the delay section of the pedal, and that should be. And yeah, we'll just see what it sounds like. Okay, so we are at the vocal stage, and now the signal that you can hear for my voice is the Aston. We've been using the M80 all day to do the secondary vocal, but yeah, at the moment this is what it sounds quite dry, and it's quite nice. Obviously I can't hear it right now, but I've heard it so far today, and it's really worked. So yeah, we're going to get the vocal done now, and yeah, you can hear that solo and you'll hear it dry, but in the mix it's going to be with a bit of effects, so we should be all good. Oh, I can't believe it's happening to me again. Well, I never go out and I never see my friends, 'cause you got me locked up in this world all alone, and you laugh at me hurting, sitting on your iron throne. People I can't believe it's happening to me again. Well, I never go out and I never see my friends, 'cause you got me locked up in this world all alone, and you laugh at me hurting, sitting on your iron throne. People say that I'm for. So there you go, the Aston microphones Origin. Really nice little piece of kit, this. Around the 200 mark, it's really quite inexpensive for condenser microphones. I mean, we all know they're going that way anyway, but for something of that price, it performed extremely well. I'm sure you'll agree. The sources were handled well, the clarity of the microphone's impressive, the price point's great. One thing to mention, Aston microphones tell you that it comes with its own shock mount and pop guard. Now, it comes with its own shock mount, that's fair enough, and we certainly didn't have a problem with any shock mount issues and stuff like that, no problem at all. But the pop shield was good for certain loads, but not good for vocals. You really should use a separate pop shield if you're doing vocals, but for 200 quid it's not very expensive to add a pop shield to that. They're only about 15-16 quid. And on top of that, you'll probably find someone who's got one lying around that they don't use anymore, or pair of tights, that old trick. So all in all, very impressive, and I know that Giraffe Audio have them. They certainly can get them quite quickly for you, so yeah, go buy one because they're great and I want one. Cheers.